Welcome back to Through the Woods podcast. This is episode number 2. Two, go for 2. Anyways, today we're gonna talk about our upbringing.
I'm Keena.
I'm Markesha.
I'm Michelle.
All right, so Keena's gonna start it off because she already has something to say. Yes, she did.
Our upbringing, my upbringing. I feel like my upbringing was. I feel like my upbringing made me a really strong person, resilient.
Resilient. I like
Resilient, I would say. I think it made me hilarious.
No
it made
filter.
it made me be around like a really serious situation and be able to brush it off really easily. It was unsupervised quite a bit. It was quite unsupervised.
I was good at supervision, thank you.
Little mama, couldn't nobody supervise me.
I did supervise you very well.
Let me
You
tell
did
something.
shit all the
Let me
time,
tell-
but you
exactly.
was
So
supervised.
if I did stuff all the time, was I supervised?
You didn't burn yourself and
Okay,
stuff
let's
like
put it
that.
like this. I was not supervised by a parent. I was supervised by a sister that was mean as a rattlesnake.
She was a
You
kid.
understand me?
I was very mean.
But at the same time, how you gonna be mean and helpful? I don't understand. Pick one. Don't. It messes with you as you get older. It does. It messes with your psyche. You, Markesha, how about that? Thank you.
And Keena's psyche has been darkened by the darkness because she can't sleep without lights.
I don't like what she did there. I don't like what she did at all. I don't like what she did there. And I can't sleep without light. I really can't.
And why is that?
Your mama. That's why.
What did my mama do?
This young heifer would make me go in the room with the light off. So I'm up under the door. Mama, can I come out? Mama, can I come out? I'm talking about for hours.
Her fingers.
You understand me? And I felt like that was like, have you ever been somewhere and it feels like when it's dark, there's so much space? And then you like, who filling up all this space? That's how darkness feels when you're a kid. So, while I'm grown, I still cannot be without light when I'm going to go to bed. Or in a dark room in general. If I walk into a dark room, I'm not.
Y'all walk in there.
No, I don't give a damn who dark room it is. Like, go through there, that's $1 million, bitch. You must go get it for me. Don't do that. But I feel like in my childhood, through my childhood, I think being unsupervised also makes you a little bit more smart to things. You catch things that people wouldn't see if they were more supervised, had more supervision. I would remember like going outside, jumping off of stuff I had no business, getting hurt really bad, fixing it outside with a stick and some leaves. You know what I mean? Like going to the house, you like a little bit numb because you like probably you dying a little bit. But you can't tell your mama. Then you go to your sister. She happy, but she rough because she mean.
She rough 'cause
I don't know.
tired of
I don't think I had the best upbringing, but I don't think I had the worst either. I think that because of the person I am today and the way that I look at situations make me feel like it couldn't have been the worst. What y'all think?
Me personally, with my upbringing, I feel like my mama like hated me or something. It's like I feel like, I guess because I was born, it was an issue for her. Like, are you nice to be here, girl? Yeah, I feel like she hated me, and then my sisters, they have a different thought on that because they would tell me that she treated me better than she treated them, and she would tell me good stuff about myself, and I don't remember that. I only remember her saying a bunch of bad stuff to me about myself. Your lips are big. You know, it was like close your mouth, close your mouth. Your lips hanging. It was like always like critique. It was always like just go, go, go. It was like always something super negative. That's why I had to build my own self esteem up. And that's why now to this day, can't nobody tell me nothing about myself because I look in the mirror. I've already built myself as a child. I built myself, so nobody can tell me anything about myself till this day. You could try, but it's not gonna work. That's just what it is. But I do appreciate my upbringing as well because can't nobody play with me. Can't nobody play with me. You're not gonna say anything to me without me saying something, going off on you. It's gonna be an issue if you come to me in any kind of messed up way outside of coming to me like I'm a queen. If you don't come to me correct, then we have issues, and that's how I am. And I appreciate that, but myself because don't nobody people somebody will try. I'll correct them, and then they won't try anymore. But I don't play like that with people, and they don't play with me like that because I'll gather them up right away the first time, and that's it. I don't have no issues anymore. And but a lot of my upbringing had a lot to do with why I became a mother early as well, and that's because I had to like fend for myself pretty much. I had to fend for myself, and fending for myself at an age where you can't even get a job because you're too young. I started talking to older people, and that's how I was taking care of myself. So that probably have a lot to do with why I like older people, guys, not people, because I don't like girls. But I don't have no issue with those that do. But I don't like girls. To each his own. Whatever floats your boat, like I said the last time. But that's probably why I like gravitate towards older guys the most because I've always felt like what can a young dude do for me? Nothing. So that's why I've always. But I became a mom like very young. I was like way too young to even be doing anything that had to do sexual. I was 14 when I got pregnant, and then I was 15 when I had my son, my oldest, and that was like it was the worst pregnancy because I lived with my mom, and my son's dad, he worked nights, so I would be at school. I'm at school during the day. So yeah, I'm eating breakfast and lunch at school. But when I get home, I can't eat. I can't eat because I'm pregnant. I'm like, make it make sense. It didn't make sense to me. But I would have to wait until my son's dad got off work to eat, and I'm pregnant. But because she was upset with me because I was pregnant, but you didn't talk to me about nothing when it came to sex. I knew nothing about sex. You didn't tell me anything about cycles. When I started my cycle, I called, and then you embarrassed the mess out of me. When I started my cycle at school, you picked me up with your boyfriend in the car, and you nasty. That was like the worst. That was the worst ever. Cause I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. I just know I'm bleeding. I didn't know nothing about. I didn't know what it was called. Nothing. I wasn't pre-told anything. So for me to get punished because you were the reason why I even started messing with or talking to this guy because you weren't doing anything for me. You told me I had to get my own school clothes. I'm young. I'm way too young to work. I can't get a job. I have to get my own school clothes. I have to feed myself. You doing all of this and then upset with me because I ended up pregnant. Like, what did you think was going to happen? Like, I never understood that. So, yes, for a very long time, I had I'm gonna say animosity. I was like really, 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 really upset with my mama because of how she treated me like I did something to her. Like there was a reason why the mistreatment, like there was a reason for it, and I didn't feel like it was no reason for that. So yeah, and I'm done for a second. Give me a second. You want to talk? I need a second.
It's
I
okay.
understand completely. Hell, I need a second listening. As the oldest daughter, um, it was it was it was hard. Like I think that people understand, like if you have a tumultuous relationship with your mom, or you have a relationship with your mom that you are like you're almost afraid of her, like you don't know
I almost.
what you did wrong to make her hate you. And I'm just speaking my truth, but I'm not knocking my mama, because I think in my mind that she took her
She had a tumultuous
anger.
upbringing.
She did.
Yeah,
It
she
didn't make
had
it
to.
right though, cause we did too, and we didn't
No,
get it to our
I'm not
kids.
I'm not saying it's right. I'm not at all saying that that was right. I'm saying that for my upbringing, it was really, it was almost like trying to navigate a minefield almost. I would say a minefield. And you have a map, right, of the minefield, but every step you take, there's additional pieces added to the minefield, and you don't know when you're finna step on the minefield. And as a kid, the person that you look up to for love and understanding and guidance and help and comfort is not that person.
Not giving you none of that.
Yeah, it's you don't get that. Like I just as a female and as a child, you don't get it. Like you don't understand, why is this lady my mama and she's so mean? Like what I do to you, ma'am? Like ma'am, like real life, what did I do to you? That's why I have a real heavy thing in me that kids aren't responsible for the adults do. They not. Because just as the eldest daughter, having to figure out how to be, I'm not going to say a parent.
A parent, because I felt like he was my mama.
Yeah, because if they got in trouble at school, the teachers would call me out of my class.
That is true.
Or,
That is true.
yeah, like it, it was like for them to get ready for school, I needed to get up before them to get them ready for school. For their clothes to be clean, I needed to clean their clothes. So
You didn't have a childhood.
I did not have a childhood, and I know that me not having a childhood made me mean, because I was mean. I was mean, mean, mean.
Let me tell you. Not just playing. Woo, this girl. Woo.
I was
Yes,
very mean. My
for a very
sisters
long time.
know
Yeah.
that I was very, very mean. But just to be honest, I never understood why I hated everybody around me. I never understood
It
that.
was because you had to take care of
I just
everybody.
hate the one that you wanted to hate. I just
You had to
y'all
take care
just
of everybody.
talking. I'm sorry to interrupt. When y'all just talking, I see why I don't care. I
Makes sense.
had to not care to not feel like that now. Understand? I didn't care. I didn't care what she did. I didn't care what I said to her. I didn't care the repercussions because I did a lot of stuff. But it was out of, you ain't even no mama. You talking to me? And then I would tell her, that's wrong. You understand? That's wrong. You little. And an adult is doing something that a kid sees wrong. How is that your mama?
It makes sense.
You learn to not care because if you care,
I think you care.
I don't think that I then.
Yeah.
I
mean,
didn't
when
care
you,
until I saw
I,
myself in my. I didn't
She had
care
tears
until I
in her
saw
eyes.
my mama in myself with my kids. That's when I start caring.
that makes sense.
Whew. It's heavy. This when we talk about our mom, our mom, because we all went through a bunch. All of the from not the baby girl. I don't feel like
Monique.
no Toya.
Oh.
I we all went through a whole lot with her. It just seems like she was like meanest to the girls. You okay? She was meanest to the girls for whatever reason. I have no idea, but I know that when when I did have my son, and I'm gonna talk about this, it make people that's watching upset, but I don't care. Um, but when I had my son as a 15-year-old little girl, um, I was doing my best that I knew how to be a mother. I was taking care of my kid on my own. I was in her house, yes, but I was taking care of my son on my own while I was in there. And I was doing everything that I felt that a mother's supposed to do. But for her hatred towards me, she would she made me leave. And my mama had a bunch of she put fear in all of us, a bunch of fear. And I, like, even as an adult in my 20s, when I had all of my kids, I was super afraid of her putting her hands on me. Not scared, like it's because it's my mama. She gonna put her hands on me. I can't do anything back because that's my mama. Because with fear came respect as well. And even like, okay, she took my son from me, and she made my my siblings, believe that I gave him to her. She made me leave her house. She would not let me take my son. I'm 15 years old. She would not let me take my son with me. She said the police said, and this is my mama. I'm believing everything she says. The police said you're too young to take him out of the house, but you have to go. Anyways, she was like, but you have to go. I left. Went to my friend's house. Her name was Bernicia, and Bernicia, I really really appreciate you because you and your daddy took me and your brother. Somehow I ended up getting my son back. I don't know like what it was, but he was living over there with me over my friend's house, Bernicia. And I don't know. I think she ended up leaving, so I left her house as well. I was there for quite some time. I don't know if it was like I can't remember the time frame, but I was at her house quite some time. But I appreciate her and her dad. May he rest in peace. And her brother, may he rest in peace. He recently passed. But they all of them took me in. I didn't have anything. They made sure I ate. They made sure I had clothes on my back. Fast forward to me moving. I moved with this guy. I'm not gonna say his name because he was older than me. Um, I moved with this guy, and I had my son with me. We were over there for I don't know, probably like 2 or 3 months. I'm in the shower. I'm taking me a shower. I had been, communicating with my mom because regardless of what, I was like, "That's my mama." I was still communicating with her. Um, I took a shower. When I came out, the guy was gone, and my son was gone. So I call him. I'm like, "Where are you? Where's Diamond?" He was like, "Your mama told me she's gonna," and he had custody of both of his kids. He had a daughter and a son. He had custody of both of his kids, and he was like, "Your mama called and she said if I don't bring Diamond to her, that she's gonna call and get my kids taken away from me." So I, you know, I understood, but I was upset because you can't. What are you taking my son away from me for? You don't want me there, fine. But what are you taking my son for? And to me, I don't know what other people think or believe. To me, I felt like, okay, she's at her last straw with this other my seventh sibling. I mean, no, my sixth sibling, the baby girl. She's at her last straw with her, so she wanted to have somebody else so she can get food stamps for her. I'm gonna say, guys, I don't know
It is
if
what
I'm
it
talking
is.
too
Go
much
for it. You
or
not.
saying too much, but to get
No,
food stamps
that's what
for,
this whole situation is for.
to stay on housing, I feel like that's what she took my son away from me for. But again, I was a baby still that had a baby, and I believed what Mama said, and I didn't want to get her in trouble. Regardless of what she was doing to me, I didn't want to get her in trouble because my best friend, she's been my friend since we were 8 years old. She would always say, "Why don't you call the police and get your?" It's like, I'm not going, cause she gonna go to jail. I don't want to get my mama in trouble. No matter what she did to me, no matter what she did to me, and no matter how much hurt it caused, I still was thinking about her getting in trouble, or thinking about how it would affect her, or even my siblings, because I still had siblings there. I had 3 siblings still living there. But okay, she took my son. I don't know how I ended up getting him back. I got him back again. This time we're living in Canterbury Apartments in Redbird. I think I'm living with. I don't live with you with Diamond. That was Joe. So I'm living. I think I ended up living back with my mama. I don't know how that happened, but I ended up living back with her. I had my son. My mama would. I had another friend named Tasha. Her mama would come over to our house, and she would constantly hear my mama calling me on my name, you know, telling me to get out of her house, da 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 da. And I wasn't doing anything. So her mama, from hearing it so much, she started yelling at my mama. She was like, "What is she doing? She's not doing nothing. She's not doing nothing." And then she was like, "Baby, you can come stay with me." I ended up moving with my friend's mom with my son. I had my son again. Probably like, I don't know if I was over there for 2 weeks my big brother come knocking on the door because she told him that I go get him because she gave him to me. This is my big brother. Mind you, I'm still the age range, 15 years old, a 15-year-old child with a baby. And she's like, my brother, he knocked on the door. Of course, they answered it. Said my brother was at the door. He said, Mama told me to come get Diamond. And because I know what kind of mama that I had, I just gave him. I just, gave him to her. And then I don't know if he remembered, but the way he came, it was like I was intimidated.
Yeah. She did that. She does that.
I was intimidated. So I don't know what she was telling him, but I gave him to her. I gave him to my brother. And I ended up going to job court. I let my mama know that I was going to job court. And I was like, I'm going to sign this paperwork that say while I'm in job court, I'm allowing you to keep him because with job court, if you have a kid, they send your kid money. Whatever work I was doing, they would take money off. I would let them take, I think it was $60 a week. They would take, it wasn't much, and job corps was never much, but they would take a certain amount of money out of my check and then send it to him. In order for me to do that, I had to say, hey, I was allowing him to stay for the year that I was in job corps. Not get good in job corps, because I think you have to be in there for, I don't know if it was a month or two before you can start going home. So once it got to where I was able to go home, I could not see my son. I could not go inside of her house. She kept moving on me. It was like every time, moving. Like, and then my siblings couldn't tell me where she lived. They couldn't give me her phone number. I was like, but she had my child. So, it took a while for me to be able to get my son back because I didn't know where she was living. When I did find out where she was living at, I couldn't take him out of her house. And I was still young, still thinking I can't get my son because, still thinking like I couldn't remove him from her house because he's in her house now. So police, they gonna say, oh, well, y'all gonna have to go to family court or something like that. I don't know. I was just listening to what she told me. But that whole time, him growing up, he was being told, might I add, the whole time his daddy was giving my mama money for him as well, writing checks. Or was it money orders? It was money orders. Writing money orders to her every month. But before he did it, I told him, hey, do not do this because once you're doing bad and you can't send that money to her, you're not going to be able to see your child. I said this because I was already hip to her by then. Her actions by then. And I'm like, don't do that. And he was like, oh no, because she have them and da-da-da-da. And he didn't get them because he was scared. He was older than me. And he thought he was going to go to jail. Because she's the mama and all she has to do is file statutory.
Yeah.
So it's just everybody just scared. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's scared because she the big bad wolf. And she's going to
she will blow your fucking house down.
She will.
Huff, puff, and blow the house down.
She will. She can do it.
But this whole time she's telling my son, your mama gave you to me. Your daddy don't love you. Your mama don't love you. Telling him stuff like that. If you steady feeding it to a child, they're going to believe it. And that mentally messes with them. That's not going to make them hate or dislike their parent. Because their parent is not there, around. Like that. I was still going. I was still going over there. Once I got out of the Job Corps and stuff like that, I was still going over there. When I did find out where she stayed at, and when she did allow me in her house, I was going over there often to just so I could see my son. If my son wasn't there, she would have never seen me because of the way she treated me. She would have never saw my face again in life because of the way she treated me. But because my son was there, I was there often until she started something just because she could and want to put her hands on me and then make me leave or call me out my name and just tell me to get out of her house. I don't know if it was because I was getting too close to my kid and then he started asking, can I go with my mama? I don't know what it was, but she didn't like something, or maybe my existence. She didn't like it. So she would make me leave quite often. I had 4 kids by then. So I don't know if I got paid or maybe income tax or something like that. I had a bunch of money. Or maybe my kid's dad, because my other kid's dad, he would give me money every day. Every time I left the house, he would give me money. So I don't know if it was that or if it was I have money because income tax time. I don't remember what time frame it was, but I bought Diamond because he liked those Letterman jackets. I bought him a Letterman jacket. I bought him a new phone. You know, it was I don't know if it was Metro or Boost, but you know how they have to open the box so they can
put the minutes on
program the it was a mini phone. It was like you know how they have to program the phone. They have to open the box to program the phone, then they close it back. So it was his birthday, as a matter of fact. So it couldn't have been income tax. It was his birthday, because I know I had a cake, I had that Letterman jacket, I had the phone, and I had some balloons. I'm knocking on the door. I'm beating on the door. She's not answering. I knew she was in there because I saw somebody peeping. She was in a townhome type of apartment. I'm just beating on the door, knocking. She's not answering. So I left. I can't remember what I left. I think I left the stuff on the porch. I don't think I left the cake on the porch, but I left the other stuff on the porch, and not the balloons either, because they were gonna fly. But when she finally let me, this was a totally different day, but when she finally let me see him, she had told him that, mind you, I think Diamond was like 9 years old at that time. She had told him that my son is like 2 or 3 years younger than him, maybe 4 years younger than him. She told Diamond that I brought him old clothes, brand new clothes. I brought him old clothes that belonged to Joe. And then that phone was Joe's too. And I was giving him some old stuff. Like everything I did, like anytime I bought him clothes, I left the tags on it because I didn't know if it was going to be too big or too small. Because I bought a totally different type of brand than she did for him. So I didn't know if it was going to be too big or not. So I left the tags on it. And I left the receipt. She would go take the stuff back and get the money for it. So, yes, I really, really probably worse than these two, because they, to me, I felt like, I love y'all. I felt like they felt like they needed her. I never felt like I needed her, because when I did need her, I had to do it on my own. So I didn't feel like I needed her. I didn't feel like I needed to see her face. She only saw my face because of my son. But I lost my train of thought. Anybody else who want to start or want to say anything? I said a whole lot. But I lost my train of thought. I'll come back and piggyback off of whatever anyone of these.
I hate that word. Why people say piggyback?
Because it's a piggyback.
And Game Changer should be hung at the
guillotined. Piggy and back need to be split down the middle so can't nobody say it and put it together no more.
That's it.
I hate that word.
Well, I'm gonna keep saying piggyback.
I want to piggyback off of.
Y'all gonna have to clip it out.
Please don't pick. Can you bull back? Can you
run it
puppy back? Can you running back?
I don't want to run it back.
I'm not getting to have this.
I'm not that kind of girl.
Oh, wow.
I'm not a running back kind of girl. I'm a piggyback kind of girl. I'm not a running back kind of girl.
Piggyback.
I've been saying piggyback.
She been in a meeting
We
and
had that. Yeah,
it was like 700 to 800 people in the meeting and 900 people said piggyback. Who that word get on my nerves?
I don't know why my
coworkers.
I don't know.
Can you shall?
I can't.
I don't know why my sisters act
because
like.
I don't copy off of no co-worker.
Listen,
okay?
Linda. Listen,
Piggyback.
Listen, Linda. Listen, Linda. Looky. I don't understand why my sisters act like because I work with others.
Keep going.
That I got something from work. I don't copy off them.
Because you said piggyback.
Piggyback.
That's why your sisters feel like
collectively.
I say piggyback though.
You ain't never said no piggyback to us in a conversation.
I ain't never heard pig and back come in the same conversation.
I feel like you could even say, hey, Kenny, give me a piggyback. You ain't never even said that.
Guys, we've never had a conversation where piggyback.
We've had multiple conversations where piggyback could be used.
Well, what I use?
But we did not.
Well, what I use?
what I'm saying?
What did I use?
All right, Ricky Bobby.
What you used was not piggyback.
So what was the word that I used then?
I'm not sure.
What was the phrase? What was the phrase?
I'm not sure what word it was, but it definitely wasn't piggyback or a game changer.
Oh, I never says game. I never say game changer.
She gonna say it next week.
Game changer? Who says game changer?
I bet not hear nobody say
people that say piggyback.
You know what? I don't like this. I don't like this.
Here she go saying.
Is it because I'm sitting in the middle?
Here she go.
Is it because I'm sitting in the middle? We need to
switch. No, it's because you said piggyback. That's why.
I did look at you.
Don't tell me somebody else get in here and they add. No, we're not. No, we're about to light this bad boy up.
You can see our upbringing made us this way because see how we came from where we were a few seconds ago, and now there's laughter in the room.
Because you have to laugh to keep from crying.
So we have come to the conclusion that we're never going to use the word piggyback.
Oh, and Jida let me live with her too.
Hey, Jida Maysu.
Hi, Jida Latrice.
With her in there with her mama, and she made her mama let me live in there because her mama did not like me. She did not like me. Oh, go ahead, Sheila. You want to close it off? Because nobody else is gonna talk today because her stomach hurt.
Kena was.
And she frowning over there.
She thinking too hard. Don't say it because you're going to take it home with you. Get it out of there.
Oh, yeah, get it out of there, child.
Because you finna take that home. Look at that.
What was the day that you left Mama's house?
Me? Oh,
me?
Chill.
What day you leave Mama's house? What happened on the day when you left Mama's house? Finally.
Oh, I need lip gloss. I can feel it.
I don't remember. I remember being fearful. I don't know. I don't even remember that. I don't remember a lot of stuff because if I remembered things that are harder than what I remember already, I wouldn't be able to function. My mind wouldn't cope with an everyday situation. My brain would not cope with life. I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. I wouldn't be able to do any of the things that I can do because if I allowed all of everything to come into play, that's why I don't remember how old my children are because I have to brain dump. I brain dump all the time because I think that my traumas are. I think that my traumas are deep in me because I can smell something that makes me have such a vivid pause in my system. Like I totally freeze frame and I can see, smell, taste, feel everything that's happening. And I'm a child. Know what I'm saying? So like I know that something like I don't remember when I left, but I do remember why. I said I can't live with her anymore. And my sister said that she felt like we needed her. No, wanted or needed. I don't think I needed my mom because I've been self-sufficient for quite some time.
No, not like that.
I wanted
not like
her.
That. Not financially
I
needed
wanted
her.
a mama. I didn't need
I
her.
feel like y'all
wanted-
feel
I
like
didn't need her. I wanted a mama.
that's what I'm talking about. And I didn't feel like I needed her as a mother at all because of how she did. But
No.
I feel like y'all needed her
Not
after
as a
y'all got
mom.
older.
I needed a mom.
I wanted a mom.
That's what I'm saying. I
wanted
feel
a
like
mom.
y'all stayed with that. Y'all stayed with I want my mom.
I do. I
Yeah.
want my mom to this day, and
Yeah.
she's not even on this planet no more.
Yeah.
And what's so bad about it? That same effed up lady would be okay.
What does that mean?
I would still accept her being here now.
Mm-hmm.
I still think about when I get paid, going to get her a Luby's plate and take it to her house, or going to buy her an outfit so she can go out.
Or
Just
getting
so
her
she
a
could
sewing
see.
machine for Christmas because she always be cutting
And now
stuff
you can
up
afford
and
it. Yeah, and you know, she wouldn't dare even think a day about what we even like. You know, she never knew we liked. Never.
she had to
We
like
knew we
me
liked.
first.
She
Leave altogether is because I was afraid that I was becoming an alcoholic because I live with my mother for this particular point in time, and it was so hard until I would go to the store that was right up the street from the house every day.
Like get MD 2020.
Boone's Farm.
she got Thunderbird.
Was it
It
Thunderbird?
was Thunderbird.
I knew it was something
'Cause
that
I
I
used to
had
get
to
it
put
poured out.
Kool-Aid in.
I just take it and throw it out.
Ooh, I thought she found my stash. That's what I thought.
No, I poured it
I didn't know what that was, but I would drink that every day. Stomach be hurting. I ain't know what. They was like all dizzy and shit. But I was like, you know what? You are holding on to something that you can't hold on to anymore. But I do realize that as well about myself. I hold on to things that I should let go of. Not that.
I guess you know your life.
This one.
Okay.
Like I hold on to people that I know isn't healthy. But then again, I feel like because I was trying to get the acceptance and approval and love of somebody that I really felt like I really wanted that from them. You know what I'm saying? Like I would do little shit like
Fall asleep in your book.
yeah.
That pissed me off.
I used to be I'm a study, and she'll think I'm smart, and then she'll like me. And that shit didn't work.
You would say that.
Miss
she'll
Freeling
ask
like
you,
me.
and she'll say that, and she knew, and she'll still not do it. That's why I was like, she like, what about you? Nothing. Girl, listen, you're not about to do me like you just did this, girl. That fool. You ain't supposed to call me
She's
that.
called me a fool.
Yeah, because
You are a horrible person calling me a fool.
She would like sit you down. Y'all don't have to sit down with her. She would ask you things. You would honestly tell her things that you really needed her for her to change. The next 3 seconds, she doing it. Sit me down for.
I think it was to get the juices and the berries, because you know how sometimes people are vampires of spirit, and I think she needed spirit as well.
I don't know what she needed, but it's like she was just adding insult to injury. What was already injured?
Of
Because
course.
she would insult you by asking you. You really insult yourself by answering her and truthfully, and then she gonna right back injure you twice, 3 times. You like what? I'm gonna go back over here.
We did that for forever, all the way till the wheels fell off.
I feel like piggybacking. Piggybacking off of what she said.
I thought we committed to that. You know what?
No, I didn't commit to
This
anything.
is
That was
our
y'all.
final
Don't
episode.
commit to
First of all, I'm an Aries. I don't commit to anything.
This is our final episode because our sister apparently can't stop using the
She
word
can't stop
piggyback.
using it. Okay?
So 2
It's their
episodes
final
in.
episode. I'll come back. Paige, you gonna be back? Okay, thank you. I love you and the pink that you came with.
the pink that she represents.
But
You did a great job.
I feel like
Thank you.
I feel like that if she would have lived, well, if she would have gotten better after she got sick. I feel like with me going to go see her and stuff like that, and her, I feel like that I would have tried again to have a relationship with her, because that's all I was doing the whole time, was trying to have a relationship with her, but she didn't want a relationship with me. But when she got sick, and I felt like, this is so wrong. I kind of enjoyed watching her at that point. It's
see
so
how
wrong.
she made you feel all that time, but you just wasn't in that position. I understand.
I feel it's super wrong to feel like that. And I told my uncle this before, and I know it probably bothered him because that was his favorite sister. But I felt I I enjoyed for probably like a good week. I enjoyed. I went there to see her like that, and that's so messed up to say, and it's so evil
It's your
to
truth.
say,
That's not evil.
and evil to think. But I really did.
Why is it evil though? Why? Because you're responding to something. People aren't their own monsters. She was the monster in your story. So why wouldn't you see the monster in your story like, I want something to happen to my monster? What's wrong with that?
See,
Like,
that
how is
type
that?
of
That's
sex,
not
we-
evil. I don't
we-
think I wouldn't call it evil. I would call it like you that was your way of healing, or there was something about it that you needed to experience.
And I did, and I did for about a good week or so, and then I started feeling bad for her.
Why?
I have no idea. I don't know what
I feel
shifted.
bad for her in general. I just never went back to see her because I was like, I can't see her in that state.
I started feeling bad, so I started going to go see her a lot. But then it started becoming draining because she was acting like, to me, I felt like she was acting like it was expected of me to be there when she never was there for me.
That part, because I was like, don't put me in no nursing home to my children.
She really, really she really drained me that whole time. My siblings didn't want to go because they didn't want to see her like that.
I was at work.
But she was at work, but I wasn't working at the time. I was a stay-at-home mom, and I was with someone that was taking care of me. So I wasn't working, but I was going there like twice a day. I go there in the morning, and then I'll leave in the afternoon. Well, I will leave when it's close to my kids getting out of school, so I can be there with them. Make sure that they do their homework and stuff. Make sure they eat. Make sure they take a bath. Then I'll go back and stay until like it was time for visitors to
That was
leave.
good of you.
Yeah, but at first it was not. It wasn't. I felt bad. That's why I was going. At first it was.
I want
wanna
to see her
this.
suffer.
Not her suffer.
But what then?
Well, I don't know. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know what it was. I just wanted to see her like that, and that was super. I felt
find
real
that
bad.
interesting.
Like even like after when she passed, I felt really really bad for having that moment where of I'm not gonna say enjoyment,
That's what it was, though.
fulfillment.
Is it fulfillment or joy?
I think it was fulfillment.
I don't even think it's either one of those. I think it's more of now.
Because this is the thing, too. I was when she had my son. I always say I wish she wasn't here, so I need my son back. And that's what I think that I was like more on.
You think so?
I feel like I was more on that thought process because I was like, if she's not here, then he's never gonna go back. Even though he came back to me, I will say that he came back to me, but because of my sister, when he left and you brought him to me, he ran away from her house, and she brought him to me. But when I felt like, because he was still going over there, when he had started going over there, I was allowing him to be there. I would drop him off, and I felt like she was gonna talk him into Going back.
She couldn't because he called and said, "Kid, I'm done. I can't do it no more." If somebody's in that position for nothing for it to be enough, and you say it's enough, it's just like you said with people. You can't stop messing with people until you finish with that person.
Exactly.
You understand? I could tell you many times, hey, nah. Until your body says I'm done, that's how Donna was. So when that person says it, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, you could say 100 times what she done did to y'all relationship until he see it and feel it.
But you know what? I never, when he was little, I never did that. I didn't never. I would just say that she won't let you come with me because that was facts. She said it in front of him.
Yeah.
But I didn't never say, "Oh,
Down
she did
her.
this, she did this, she did this."
Yeah.
But when he got old enough, like I would tell him, "I didn't give her to you. She took him.
Yeah.
I mean, she took you."
Yeah. As we continue with our podcast, feel free to chime in. Feel free to write a comment. You know, we're not the only ones going through this. This is a safe space for anybody that has anything, whether it be a sibling, a dad, a mom, any issue. You know,
Friend.
We're just at the tip. We're at the tip of the iceberg with this. You know, this is all of our conversation, not just our conversation.
Yep. Because I think everybody understands that has experienced our trauma. You understand exactly where we coming from. Yours may have been greater than ours. If whatever you felt, you know what I'm saying?
It's important. It's important. You're important.
I wish they would have made me feel like that just a few minutes ago when she said something about the chips.
Until next time, this has been
Through the Woods podcast with Markesha.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you.